Let's talk about Sherfield.
Sherfield. I'll wait for my Caesar moment.
Oh yeah, okay.
So this is a guy I like. I like the type of player that we're getting here and what his role is going to be. Um, so just looking at the wide receiver depth, obviously
The room,
added
yeah.
Deontay Hardy. Still have Gabe Davis in the mix. Nuke Hopkins is going to be here in a couple days.
Oh fuck. Don't mess with me like that.
uh, yeah, so I mean, you're talking about a guy that's, that wide receiver 5, wide receiver 6, something like that, and he's going to be able to contribute on special teams. So Jake Kummero's still floating around out there. I think this is the direct replacement for Kummero. I think it's an upgrade at the position, and I also think he has um, more like natural receiver talent than Kumaro. He ran something like a
hmm
4.4, 4.5 40. He's a big boy he's really good blocking in the run game. So I think you kind of have an upgraded skill set, Jake Kumaro. Obviously, the kick that went off his butt, he was the personal protector in that punt formation, but he's also played gunner. I think you have a guy that's going to contribute in pretty much every area of special teams. And oh yeah, he was the number 3 receiving target behind uh, Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill last year in Miami. So a guy that does have a receiving skill set as well. I think this
Yeah.
is a big win.
Yeah, thumbs up all the way. I think again, to kind of echo and maybe just add a little bit. Trent Sherfield, third leading receiver for the Dolphins. He comes to the Buffalo Bills, and instantly, I think he's a better special teams player than Jake Kumaro, with higher upside as a receiver. But I'm kind of like, it doesn't really move the needle too much for me in terms of like wide receiver need. Like, we still need a wide receiver. Like, Gabe Davis is still the number 2. And despite what I might think, or what you might think, or what Justin might think, or any professional, the Bills think that Gabe Davis is a number 2. And I don't know what it is. I'm just not necessarily convinced yet. He's too inconsistent, and I just need a little bit more from him. And I don't know if this signing changes that, right? So you got depth, you got Shakir, Hardy, Sherfield kind of battling out 3-4-5, wide receiver 3-4-5. Like, okay, it's great. I like that, but I just need something more dynamic with number 2. Anyways, let's talk about the last guy here. Unless you want to say something. I'm
Yeah, I
sorry.
had one.
You look like you were itching to say something.
Yeah, I had one more thing I wanted to add there,
Okay.
and it's kind of like to your point. I agree with what you're saying. What I
Not to
what I
bite the hand that feeds, but like that's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, so part of what I like about the moves for both Deontay Hardy and um, Trent Trent Sherfield here is that I don't think these are moves that preclude you from still making a move at receiver. Whether it's the
facts.
talking about trading for Nuke, whatever. Like if you're able to land DeAndre Hopkins and you just sign Sherfield to this deal and you end up cutting him in training camp, it is what it is. I don't see that happening personally, but I also
No,
don't
I
think
don't
this
see that.
stops you from drafting a receiver in the top 2-3 rounds. I
hmm
don't I don't think you added these guys and these guys aren't getting contracts that are 10, $15 million a year that you've now handcuffed yourself. I think these were good guys to bring in as competition, to round out depth, to have some special teams, but you didn't put all your eggs in the basket of these guys. There's still room to make a move.